And in a way, I'm not surprised either. I mean, they warned about crypto for the second half of the year. The meme stock thing isn't happening anymore. But when you look at Robinhood, where is the value really, and what do they have to prove versus other brokerages?
So what this company has done, and first, good morning, and thank you for having me on. What I think Robinhood has done really well is it's a growth company, right? And it's gathered an awful lot of accounts, about 22.5 million accounts, almost as many accounts as Schwab has. Schwab's been around forever. So Robinhood has done a very good job of growing this account base. The problem is, they don't make any money on this account base yet, and they've got to prove that they can take this large number of clients and actually turn it into a business model that actually generates earnings over time. And if you look at what they did in the third quarter, they actually didn't grow. The revenue per client went down. So they need to reverse that, and those two metrics really have to be growing in the future.
Yeah, I mean, when the market is, heading up and there's money to be made all over the place and people are, chatting about their favorite stocks on the street and crypto, it seems to me like it's easy to pick up clients, relatively speaking. But I wonder how many of those are looky-loos, how many of those are going to stick around when the market dips or dives or is unexciting long-term. The brokerages are a bit more proven there. What does Robinhood have to do to prove that it's a long-term player in that growth segment that you're telling me that they've staked out?
Yeah, so ultimately they've got to prove that in a bad market they can still grow. And so the proof will be in the pudding when that environment actually occurs. And it does seem to be inevitable at some point. But if you go back to the tech bubble in the late 90s and what happened then, trading volume was very high in 99. Tech blew up in 2000. Trading volume declined 50% plus a year for 3 years in a row, and took 7-8 years to recover. And if Robinhood can't make money at this robust environment we're in, it probably can only go down from there.
Right, but Ken, the whole, bull thesis behind Robinhood is that it's going to be more than just a platform in the long term, right? Every fintech these days wants to be a one-stop shop, and Robinhood is supposed to be cross-selling products, getting its users to do more. How urgently does it need to show that? Have you seen any evidence from them that they're beginning to get their users to do more, think more long term?
So, as you said, there's a lot of companies trying to be that Cash App. And so Robinhood would like to be there as well. But Robinhood has basic services to its brokerage customers that don't yet exist. So it can't even take incoming ACATs for people to transfer stocks into their Robinhood brokerage accounts. So there's an awful lot of investment that they need to make to just do the basics to catch up with their brokerage peers, never mind the investments that they need to make for their aspirations to be that one-stop shop. So eventually they should get there, but they've got a lot of wood to chop in the meantime, and they've got to prioritize.
Yeah, and I was just thinking the other guys are not standing still. I'm looking at a chart of Robinhood versus Schwab for the year. I mean, Schwab's close to their highs for the year, and I wonder how much of a moat Robinhood ever had at this point.
So I think that's the question that investors will increasingly ask themselves. So Robinhood has done an excellent job of attracting this 22.5 million accounts and users, but they only have about $4,000 per account. So from an account basis, Robinhood is big, but from an assets perspective, Schwab is 75 times bigger, has been in business for 50 years, has made the mistakes, has corrected the mistakes, and it's something that Robinhood is really going to have to learn. They've got to catch up to the peers. So again, a lot of wood to chop for them in the future.